Do you have a small garden, but a big idea? Do you know what you'd like it to look like, but no idea really of where to begin? Well, you're not alone. Over the last year, I've been working with people right across the country, helping them to make their garden dreams become reality.
Monty Don has listened to their hopes and plans.
It's absolutely crazy idea, and I love it.
He's given advice.
Don't be frightened to push plants into crevices.
And he's rolled up his sleeves.
Let's not talk about it, let's just do it.
Do it.
Talk about a lean, mean gardening machine.
Things haven't always gone to plan.
I thought we were going to make 4 raised beds.
I'm a bit worried that we might have killed it.
But it's been worth it.
What a beautiful garden.
So happy.
Thank you, Monty.
Cheers.
I do believe that however small your garden is, everybody can cultivate a big dream. I love the way that we British are so passionate about our gardens and that even the smallest space can have creativity poured into it. And this passion leads us to spend £5 billion every year on gardening. But in this series, I want to show that money isn't everything and size really doesn't matter.
This time, Monty is meeting 2 sets of gardeners who have big dreams for their nightmare gardens.
I think I've bitten off more than I can chew.
From a wild wasteland to a clay-clogged building site.
If I'm looking worried, it's because I am.
But hard work always comes before big rewards.
Cheers! Cheers, everybody! Cheers!
Our first garden is in Cadeby, Doncaster. It was recently bought, along with this bungalow, by Helen and Richard.
The interesting thing about this house is we didn't actually look inside, did we, before we bought it? It was the land, you know, we saw the potential of the garden. We could turn into something that we always wanted.
We make jams and chutneys and we want to be able to be picking the ingredients from the garden. Ultimately, we want to fit a small holding that should be in an acre or more into the space that we've got available here.
Unfortunately, their dream of a small holding is currently on hold.
The garden at the moment is a wilderness, really. It's completely overgrown. It's not been touched for 20 years, I don't think. I've not really explored too far.
Imagine trees that are 30 foot tall and they should only be 5 or 6 feet tall. It's dark, it's dank, it's incredibly... It feels sorry for itself. It's like something out of a horror movie.
Our second garden belongs to Jan and John from Petworth in West Sussex. They've just finished building a granny annex for John's mum, who will be moving from Portugal back to the UK next summer.
And at the moment, the garden, it looks like a building site, because that's what it is. So...
But we have a dream, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We have grand plans to really make that into something that feels like a piece of Portugal.
Between Jan and John, there's a very clear division of labour, with John in charge of the structural work and Jan in charge of John.
That's not going to be a step, though, is it?
That's part of a step. So the step is actually a piece of stone.
But it's not going to look like that.
Yes, it is going to look like that.
So John actually enjoys cutting corners, but I'm always following behind with my quality control hat on, so that is not going to be an option this time. No. No, it's not. It's not.
Do you want it to look like this? There will be, not conflict, but an element of negotiation there between the way Jan thinks it should be, the way I think it should be.
The truth will out.
It's late autumn, and Monty has come to Cadeby in Doncaster to help Richard and Helen plan their dream garden.
Hello, Monty.
I'm Monty.
I'm Richard. Very nice to meet you.
Hi,
And you're Helen?
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, too.
come in.
Show me your garden. What are your plans for this garden?
The main aim of this garden is to get everything that we would have in a small holding into this back garden. Roughly, pathway up to here, greenhouse, chickens in the corner, pumpkin patch, asparagus beds, and the actual raised beds for the vegetables where we're standing now.
Ultimately, this wants to be about growing, you know, fruit and veg.
Productive.
And productive, absolutely.
Right. What's your budget for this?
Oh, over to you, the accountant.
Oh, thank you.
Of the relationship.
We've kind of earmarked about £5,000.
£5,000 is not unreasonable.
Oh, good.
It's not generous. You could easily double that without being extravagant at all. But if that was your budget, it could be done.
And they'll need that healthy budget to tackle the wilderness that is currently their back garden.
Have you done an inventory of the plants growing here?
No.
The thing is with the garden, every time you have a look in, you find another nook or cranny, and I'm almost scared to go in. Who knows what's going to be in there? So it's quite honestly, we've not been in all parts of this garden.
You've been here 6 weeks and you haven't explored the garden. No, you haven't been in here.
No.
But I went in there. Look, here's a nice apple tree. Here. It's a nice old specimen covered in ivy and elder and all sorts of things around it. And if you look in, there's another one there. Oh, these are damsons growing up through here. This all fits in to your desire for a little smallholding.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to bear fruit
Yeah.
as well as be lovely.
How exciting, yeah. Fantastic. It's a space I never knew I had.
Yeah.
Thrilled with the discovery of fruit trees and extra space, Richard and Helen are now keen for Monty to take a look at their plan and root out any problems.
These are plans that I kind of put together, so that's the...
You're very modest. Those are very good plans. Richard and Helen have a clear plan for their dream smallholding. They intend to take the garden back to basics, removing all the undergrowth. With a clean slate, they want to add a greenhouse, raised vegetable beds, a pumpkin patch, chicken run, a small lawn, and compost bins. What's this round the side of the house?
Herbs, because I've got the kitchen doors here, so it'll be out to the...
Right, straight away I see a problem with that.
OK.
My guess is the house will put that into shade.
Oh, yes, probably.
Herbs, above all things, must have sunshine. Yeah. And then next to them?
Compost bins.
Right, that definitely is a mistake.
Right.
You do not want compost bins right outside the back door. I would have the compost next to the chickens.
Next to the chickens, yeah.
And then the chicken muck will go on the compost heap.
Perfect.
Greenhouse over there, which is in the north corner, the shadiest part of the garden.
Right.
Not a good idea.
I think the natural thinking of a garden is when you've got something as big as a greenhouse and a chicken hut and run, is to naturally stick them in the corner out of the way. Yeah. And we've not thought really thought it through about where the sun's
you could have the greenhouse in the centre, all the vegetables around it.
Very nice, yeah.
Helen and Richard's first job is to clear back the undergrowth, but I think they should keep some of those wonderful apple trees. I'd move the greenhouse to the centre of the garden so it gets as much sun as possible, and replace the lawn with a small patio to make more room for raised beds. Finally, they should relocate the compost bins to the back of the garden. Now, it's all very well to talk about gardening, but what I like to do is get stuck in. There's a lot that needs doing, so luckily, I've got a bit of help. Right, you ready? Come on then. Now we will get to see the house.
For the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
To help them battle back the overgrowth, Richard and Helen have roped in their new neighbours, as well as family and friends.
We've all come here today just to help a little bit, then the lads can get in with the big stuff and really chop it down.
A top tip is to hire a professional with a chainsaw.
Hey!
And that makes speedy and safe work of demolishing overgrown trees.
Well, what you have to realise is what we're doing is not clearing, we're pruning.
Yes.
So actually, it'll regrow with renewed vigour.
Right.
So if you want to get rid of it, you've got to take the roots out.
Right, OK.
With a tree surgeon helping, progress is forging ahead. And it's not just the garden that's getting some well-deserved attention.
Monty's really helping. He's
He
very,
is.
very
Yeah.
strong.
And just watching Monty is like a ferret. Talk about a lean, mean gardening machine. He's what's known as getting right stuck in there.
If you're doing this kind of work, if you're faced with a jungle that hasn't been touched, be brave. Don't hang about, get in there and cut.
I think I've bitten off more than I can chew.
This is very comfortable.
This is somewhere I never thought I'd be.
What a hope we've achieved more than anything else today is to give Richard and Helen a boost and to make them realise that this is not a problem, it's an opportunity.
We've learnt today that actually we're going to end up keeping more things than we thought we were going to. There's more apple trees than I thought there was going to be. There's some damson trees, things like that.
The garden's going to start, unveiling itself even more now. And, Monty said to me that this is the fun part, and it is. I never thought I'd end up sat in a bush with Monty Don. So can I just say thank you on behalf of myself and Helen, a big thank you to you all. Cheers, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a few days later down in West Sussex, and Monty has arrived at Jan and John's, ready to turn his attention to their dream of a Portuguese garden.
So, what is the big idea?
Essentially, we have a space here that you can see is pretty much a wasteland that we want to turn into a small, somewhat self-contained garden for my mum, who's moving into this annex at the end of the house.
A garden for a granny flat.
That's perfectly appropriate.
And what kind of garden do you want?
John's mum, so my mother-in-law, lives in Portugal. And so my inspiration is to take the essence of the garden that she has in Portugal, where she lives, and to bring it to West Sussex.
A piece of Portugal?
Yes.
So what's her garden like now?
It's not massive, and there is a very similar in that there's a main patio area, and then there's sort of a lot of raised beds.
Yeah.
Very large palm tree, and in terms of the actual plants, spiky.
Spiky?
Spiky is as technical as I can
Maybe
get.
I'll go to the plant department.
Yes, right.
What's the budget?
Well, I originally put £2,000 in for the budget, but I think now probably closer to 5.
I mean, I'm glad to hear you say that, because I'd much rather someone realise that these things are expensive.
Yeah, and get it right.
In their plans for their Portuguese garden, John wants to build a patio, terrace beds and a winding path. Jan then wants to add lots of Mediterranean plants in purples and pinks, and a pièce de résistance, a large palm tree. So there's quite a lot of construction to be done.
Yeah.
My plan, construction first, planting after.
OK.
That's the time plan.
Yeah.
And you've got
Just what I was going to say.
You've got this very noisy road.
Yes.
Is that, and if she wants to sit out,
Yes.
is that going to be something you need to cope with?
I think that, to me, that's one of the biggest challenges because obviously the road is really noisy, and where she is in Portugal, she's used to being very quiet.
And I notice you've got soil which looks a bit rough, to be honest.
Yeah.
Are you planning to bring more soil in?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
OK. It's quite a big project, actually, although it seems a small space.
Yeah.
I like the idea of bringing a little bit of Portugal to Petworth, but many Mediterranean plants won't be happy in this clay soil, so they should consider plants that have the look they want, but which suit their own conditions. I also think they should consider planting a screen to reduce road noise. I don't think it's a good idea to force plants.
Mm-hmm.
You will get a much more exotic effect if a plant is healthy and happy than an exotic plant clearly miserable and struggling.
So maybe we could almost, not without losing the Portuguese theme, almost trying to get a Portuguese effect with non-Portuguese plants.
I don't think you're going to have much choice.
Yeah.
Having said that, I mean, it's mild here. Maybe you can grow what can grow in Portugal. Maybe you should take risks.
Not on the big, expensive palm tree.
Yeah. How much time have you got?
Well, I've just started a new business, so at the most I've got is 2 days a week, i.e. the weekends, and sometimes not even that. So that will be my limit.
And of course, there's the third party in all this, who is yet to arrive, who may say, I don't like it.
It'll be too late.
I think this project is fun. The considerations that worry me are that, one, we're going into winter, so there will be bad weather, and that will delay things.
Thought we had quite a lot of work before, and I think now we probably realise we've got even more.
Yeah.
Much more worrying is the fact that John is starting a new business. Now, I've done that, and I know that it will consume his life. He'll be lucky to get 2 days a month, not 2 days a week.
And I think I've realised it was all a conspiracy to make me stick to schedules. That's why this is happening.
And the third thing is, they must really be committed to the idea.
I've got homework to do. I think that's what's pretty obvious.
I like the prospect of a Portuguese garden. What I don't want to see is half Portuguese, half conventional country English garden.
In Cadeby, work on Richard and Helen's very small smallholding is still going full steam ahead.
Since Monty left, it's been absolutely hectic. We've had a lot of the machinery on site. We've had a whole team of people here in the rain, in the sunshine and everything, just trying to get this back garden cleared.
Left to their own devices, Richard and Helen would have already made some serious errors. Fortunately, in his last visit, Monty came to the rescue.
I am a little bit anxious now of, am I still putting things in the right place? I've got so many things wrong on my plans.
Yes, they were. We needed to tweak some of the plans. We got things a little wrong in places.
Where we'd said we're going to put the raised beds, perhaps they needed to be a different place because they weren't going to get sun.
We put the compost bays. They were far too close to the house.
The original position we planned for the greenhouse wasn't the best place because it wasn't going to get enough sun.
You know, we put lavender on the front in a shaded area, which was never going to work.
Monty really knows what he's talking about, and it's just nice to have an expert say to you with confidence that is probably going to be better than doing that, and you think you feel so much more reassured then of what you're doing. Well, you're having them all.
OK, there we go.
Relieved that they have the country's top gardener on hand to help, Helen and Richard are setting themselves even bigger challenges.
Today, what we're trying to do is utilise the bricks that have come out of the house, because we've actually seen in a gardening book where the pathways were made out of reclaimed bricks in a nice pattern. So don't know if we're going to be able to achieve that, but we thought we might give it a go.
I wonder whose gardening book that's from.
It's actually Monty's book.
Thought so. While music producer Richard uses his artistic flair to arrange the bricks, it's down to Helen to do the heavy lifting.
It's been noted who's doing the manual labour today.
I don't know what you mean.
Richard's definitely the creative one of the two of us, and when it comes to the garden, I think, you know, that's really going to help. But his creativity and his vision is going to be what we need in there.
I think it's a realistic goal we've set, and I think my strengths will be that I will do absolutely everything in my powers to be able to get to where we want to be.
In their quest to create a Portuguese garden in Petworth, Jan and John are on a fact-finding mission to the gardens at East Rushton in Norfolk. They're hoping the co-owner, Graham Roberson, can point out some tropical plants that can thrive in the UK's less than tropical climate.
We come this way and round here and into the desert garden.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of purple in here, isn't there, which is a colour scheme that we want to work with.
It's a good colour which looks well with hot plants.
Yeah, it feels warm. And this I have grown in my garden this year, but I think it must have self-seeded itself.
The Schultzia.
Is that what it is?
They're Californian poppies. They will self-seed.
Oh, I did.
You can get them in a range of shades, but they tend to all revert back to the orange in due course.
Do you like them?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any colour we can splash in is going to be a good thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it fits with the theme.
Yeah.
These aren't strictly Portuguese plants, but that doesn't matter because they offer exactly what Jan and John want. Lots of colour and the stamina to stand up to the British weather.
Graham, I really like the nerines. Would they obviously survive in the Mediterranean.
They like to be baked in the full sun. You can see that their bulbs sit on the soil. They will actually, if you plant them in the soil, they'll bring themselves to the surface.
Okay,
That's
so they
how
wriggle
they
up
like
to the
it.
top.
And they are wonderful for that shocking pink.
They're on the list, I think.
Good. If you want to have something really exotic, have an agave. And this particular one is agave montana, which we find actually is the toughest, hardiest one for growing outside. And you can see how big it is. And that has grown to that size.
Nothing says sunshine more than a palm tree, and Jan is determined to have one. That's if it can survive, of course.
I'm not really sure how hardy or easy or how fast they grow.
These ones, Trachycarpus fortunei, are as hardy as they can possibly be.
Yeah?
They've been grown in this country since the early 19th century. They're as tough as old boots. They are actually from more forest-type areas rather than desert trees.
So there are palm trees that look like palm trees, but actually aren't from that sort of climate.
That's right, and in actual fact, they almost prefer a bit of shade.
Right, okay.
Rather than being in the full sun all the time.
Right, which would be perfect. It's confirmed what Monty was saying in terms of they don't have to be specifically Portuguese plants to give a Portuguese feel. I'm encouraged by all that sort of stuff.
Good.
Spirits aren't quite as high in Cadeby, where the arrival of the flat-pack greenhouse is providing a whole heap of trouble.
But that's the thing, is both them and them are marked as 49s. Oh, good Lord. That top's 108. Hang on, aren't these just the diagonals?
No.
We've got this really lovely greenhouse we now need to put up that my lovely dad's helping us with. But the Krypton factor has got nothing on this greenhouse.
I think we started probably about 3 hours ago, although it does seem like 3 days. It's...
And I don't think we're going to do much more. It's too cold.
As the temperature and Helen's patience plummet, the greenhouse is put on ice.
So not quite a finished greenhouse.
Not really.
In West Sussex, work on Jan and John's Portuguese garden has been slow going, as the UK endured the wettest winter ever recorded.
What shape are you going for? High tech.
So...
Where are we? Oh, we're there.
So that's the stables, so it needs to kind of come in more, but I can move it all, so if you just start bringing them over. Well, the winter's been pretty frustrating because we had these great plans, didn't we? We kind of wrote down what we were going to do by weekend and then jump out of bed, and just the circumstances of the weather meant that we just could do nothing.
So it's going like this and then curving back into there? So I would say we're probably about a month behind where we thought we'd be. Is it tea break time?
There's a lot of pressure on you in particular. There's a lot of work for you to do, and I do feel for you a bit, actually.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Finally, there's a break in the rain, and Jan and John have called in help from friends, hoping they can get back on schedule.
Johnny!
Hiya!
You all right, John?
I'm good, thanks.
Every time John does anything here, he's astounded at the lack of preparation. Right, so the idea, dude, is we're going to mark out this raised bed around here.
With the extra manpower, John hopes to make headway on the terrace and the walls for the raised beds. But first, he needs to get his plan past quality control.
So essentially, there'll be a breeze block on the internal side of the wall.
Yeah.
And the outside of the wall, these stones will go on top. It'll be that sort of styling.
OK, but round.
Whatever stones you want.
OK. That's
Round
good.
stones are harder to work with.
Why?
Well, because they move. But
that's not
all
a
right.
big whoop, is it? I mean,
No,
OK.
It'll just add a day to the budget.
OK.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine.
OK.
The wet winter has not only cost Jan and John time, it's starting to impact the budget too.
I think we were a little bit naive when we sat down and did the original budget.
Yeah, just because there are a lot of elements that we thought we would have time to do ourselves that it's transpired.
True, that is true.
We're going to have to pay someone else to do it.
With costs spiralling, they could really do with finding some buried treasure.
So this is really exciting. Dave's just been scratching away at the surface here and has managed to uncover the original cobbles from the stables. And if these go all the way down, that'll save us a whole load of expense and bother of having to get other aggregate in. So yeah, I'm excited to see these.
Okay. That's actually going to come up
Quite a nice colour, isn't it?
What you were born to do, Dan.
Grubbing.
Grubbing. Oh, that's come up a treat.
The foundations for the raised beds have been poured in concrete. Now it's just the arduous job of building the walls and terrace.
It's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work. But John's a grafter. I've worked with him before. He just goes at it all day long. So.
I think when you say to people that your mum's moving in, it's met with varying degrees of incredulity, but ultimately, you know, you've got to take care of your parents, haven't you? We probably haven't got as much done as we hoped, but we've got some time left in the day. Oi, look busy!
Since Monty's last visit to Cadeby 4 months ago, the raised beds have gone in, and the greenhouse, after several failed attempts, has finally gone up. However, with a history of putting things in the wrong place, Helen and Richard are all of a dither over their favourite gardener coming to visit.
We're excited and apprehensive about Monty returning to our garden today. Excited because, well, Monty's back in the garden.
And we've done a lot, so hopefully he'll appreciate what we've done.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be impressed. Slightly apprehensive that we've got things right. I think he'll be okay. Fingers crossed.
Look at this. Look at this.
Hello.
Hello,
Monty,
how are you?
Good to see you again.
Hello. Good to see you.
Look at this. You've done so much.
So that's the reaction we wanted. That's great.
It's nice. You've done most of the things I suggest you do. That always makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I want to have a tour of the works.
We want to show you. Let's go.
So greenhouse, obviously. One tip, it's a real temptation with a greenhouse to use it as a hothouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a hothouse. Open it up as every possible opportunity.
Okay.
I'm right, the door's shut now.
Yeah.
It should be open.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Grow everything so it's got just enough protection.
Right.
And then that way, the fluctuations of temperature won't affect it so much. You know, everything will grow stronger and better. Get it open and get the ventilation open and get the plants sort of toughened up.
It's very exciting.
It's good. I love the enthusiasm. That's great. And now nice compost heaps.
Yes.
I see you've got your compost bin set up. That's good.
Yes. We're quite pleased with this. Quite rustic.
Pallets work well. I've used pallets a lot in the past for compost. And they let the air in, which is essential. And, you know, when it's full, turn it and off you go again. So no problem at all. This is good.
Do we need to be covering it to...
Why would you want to cover it?
Just keep heating. I always thought they needed to be quite hot.
The heat in a compost heap is almost entirely generated by digestion. Bacteria digesting the compost. So therefore, you don't need to create, they are creating it. They do need oxygen, they do need moisture, it mustn't be too dry.
Okay, yeah.
And you can either cover it to keep the moisture in or to stop it getting too wet.
We put a lot of kitchen matter on there.
Yeah.
I'm just a little worried about what I might attract if there's open kitchen waste.
Right. As long as you don't have meat, fats, or cooked carbohydrates, you won't attract stuff unduly. I mean, you can't stop mice, rats, whatever, if they're around.
Yeah.
You will at some stage attract vermin.
Okay.
Usually in winter, usually when the weather's very bad or whatever. The best thing to get rid of them is to turn it.
Okay.
With that tip for unwelcome friends, Richard moves on to another part of the garden he wants Monty's help with. Since cutting down the overgrown trees, the garden is open to the fields, so he's decided to plant a hedge, one that will deliver edible fruits and berries.
Planting a hedge is always the same. It doesn't matter what you plant. There are certain things you need to do. First thing we have to do is dig a trench along the line of this.
Right.
We need to loosen the soil, ideally about 1 metre wide.
Right. Now, straight away, Monty, I'm getting resistance here, which tends to mean...
Well, you've got to plant into reasonable soil.
Yeah, I'm definitely...
So either you have to remove what's in there or move the line of the hedge.
OK, that's what I'm up against.
Right, well, that's good. You've got it out. It's a nice stone.
It is a lovely stone, yeah.
Yeah.
How far down is stone acceptable for this?
In general, you need to go down. You need to be able to have a clear spit. That's the length of a spade. To make up his hedge, Richard has chosen a selection of native deciduous trees, which be planted when they're still dormant. I always say this to people, and they never really believe me, but it is so important. Do not expose the roots at all. OK?
Right.
So you take one out when you need it and cover it back over.
Can I ask you why?
The feeding roots are these very, very fine roots, OK? I mean, some of these you can't see. So the finer the root, the more important it is for feeding.
Right.
If they dry out, they can die. I think of it like surgery. If you were transplanting something, you were transplanting someone's finger, you wouldn't push it on the side and say, OK, hang on a minute, I'm going to have a cup of tea before I do this. I want to steady my nerves.
I understand.
You would, it would be an ice or whatever it is.
Yes.
It would be in.
Yeah.
Now, this is Prunus spinosus, or blackthorn, and has sloes. Makes wonderful jelly,
Yes.
gin.
Perfect.
Really, really beautiful fruits.
Yes.
So that's good. And we've got here, this is a field maple, Acer campestre. Much underrated hedging plant and tree, one of my favourites actually. Native maple, and is a beautiful hedging plant. We'll put the hawthorn in as well. As a basic rule, you just dig a hole, stick them in.
Right.
I'm going to put a staggered row. So
Okay.
it's going to zigzag.
Right.
As Helen and Richard's garden is surrounded by farmland, mice aren't the only visitors that they'll have. So we've decided to wrap the young trees with guards to give them protection from rabbits. We haven't finished. That's the planting. Now they need a really good soak, and when we've done that, we'll mulch it.
OK. OK, thanks, Monty. And if during watering I expose roots...
We're going to mulch it, don't
We're going to mulch it, it's OK.
There you go.
It looks great. Really great, thank you.
Good. I mean, I think it looks good now. It will look fantastic in 3, 4, 5 years' time.
Yes.
It'll look good still in 500 years' time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really pleasing to know,
is.
isn't it? Yeah,
It's
I'm really
lovely.
pleased with that comment.
Good.
I think the hedge looks fantastic. I think it's really going to work well. It's nice that it's natural. It's nice that we can pick things from it and that we can actually, I'm hoping, make some things from it. I've already got a recipe for hawthorn syrup in my head.
I really like visiting Rich and Helen because I like the combination of seriousness of intent, this is something they really want to happen, and pleasure in process. They're loving it, and that spreads.
I think it's incredibly important to us that we get this right. You know, we set out with a goal, and I think through hard work and I guess a little determination, we should be able to achieve that.
They've done a lot, but let's be honest, there isn't much growing yet. So if they are to achieve their goal, they've got to do it now with plants.
Spring has arrived, and safe in the knowledge that the garden in Cadeby is on track, Monty has headed to West Sussex for a progress visit to Jan and John's Portuguese garden.
I've chosen a perfect day to come back and visit Jan and John at Petworth. But there are 1 or 2 quite tricky things I need to sort out today.
Show you where we've got.
I can see you've got the bill.
Yes.
Now, there were 2 things that when I left last time that bothered me. One was that you're both incredibly busy. Have you had enough time?
I think we're probably slightly behind where we thought we'd be.
Quite tough.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And still a fair bit to do.
An awful lot to do, I think, yeah.
The second thing is actually more difficult was because when I left, I wasn't really clear that you knew exactly what you wanted.
I think that was really fair, but since we saw you, we went on our inspiration day,
Yes.
and that's helped a enormously
Oh,
for
tell
me.
me how. Tell me how.
Well, because I think the combination of you saying you've got to get the right plants for the right location, and so I've kind of somewhat put the Portuguese thing to one side and thought, right, I want to get that feeling, but I want plants that I know that will work.
OK, so that's good. That's a relief.
So I've got one quick question. I've got quite a lot of agapanthus in this garden, and I just want to ask your advice on something.
OK. Right, which agapanthus is this?
White heavenite.
Of course, agapanthus is perfect for your Portuguese theme. Now, what's your problem?
Well, what do you think?
It's burst the pot.
Yeah.
It's so pot-bound. There. Now, in almost any other plant, you would say that was terrible and it should have been potted on. In agapanthus, it's a really good thing. And the old saying was when everything was potted in terracotta pots, you should only pot on an agapanthus when it broke the pot. If it's in open soil and the roots grow out, you get lots of foliage and no flowers.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, and if you want flowers, you've got to constrict the roots. You can either pot it on a little bit and sink it in pots and then lift them, or you can, when you plant it, make sure there's plenty of stone around it. But don't think there's anything wrong there. That's perfect. That's how it should be.
Fine.
Jan's other plant purchase is a little larger. A 4-metre-high windmill palm that set her back over £600. She sees it as the garden's centrepiece, but Monty soon takes the shine off her glittering crown.
You would not choose to plant Trachycarpus into heavy clay.
And clay is exactly what they've got.
You're lucky. You've got yellow clay, you've got grey clay. Are you utterly wedded to a dry garden?
Well, a lot of the plants I've got aren't really that dry.
OK. Because it's not going to be that dry.
No.
It's bad news for Jan's very expensive palm tree.
If I'm looking worried, it's because I am.
Jan's plan to have raised beds means they do not have to plant directly into the clay subsoil. But there's still the drainage dilemma to solve.
What we don't want to do is just sit in a plug of water-lined clay.
Yeah.
What I suggest doing is digging a hole, backfilling with stone, and then get the drainage in.
Ideally, Jan would need to hire a mini digger and churn up a good 12 inches of this subsoil with stones. Today, though, it's down to man, or should that be Monty, power.
Getting hot. Easy gardening, gardening that you're not fighting all the time, is about suiting the right plant to the right place.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
That's what
But
I
I
want
have
to
to
hear.
say it. But I mean, you know, on the plus side, you're raising the soil up. You can we dig a hole, we put drainage in. So it may well be fine for years and years and years. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is heavy. I tell you what, I'm too weak for that.
I think if you tip it.
That's okay, you just manage the end. That's it. There she goes.
Release the palm.
Beautiful.
When you're stamping in any tree, foot facing the tree and go at an angle like that. And you'll find that it anchors it in best and you'll do least damage.
Okay.
Good.
Good morning's work.
I thoroughly enjoyed today. I always like planting really big, dramatic plants. Although I confess that digging through that really solid clay wasn't a lot of fun.
At one point, I did think all was lost, but I think by a matter of compromising and understanding the environment, then I think we're on a good way.
There's an awful lot more to do. But they've got 7 weeks to do it in. And when I come back, I fully expect to see it finished and transformed.
We'll be fine. Come June, it'll be like Lisbon out here.
It's a sunny spring day, and Helen and Richard should be planting up their garden. But before they can start, Richard is on a mission to find out how to grow his all-time favourite food, chilies. Sarah Wayne from Westdean Gardens has kindly offered to give him a crash course.
Here they all are.
Wow.
250 of them, thereabouts, all different varieties, so just one of each. What you really need to be aware of with this crop is that they love light. If you don't provide light, you'll end up with this amazingly bendy-wandy plant, which you really don't want. You know, you just need to be aware of that, really. Well, the chilies need heat for germination. You know, about 25 degrees Celsius will cover the lot. But if you don't have a heated glass house, inside the home would do.
At what point do you not bring them into the house?
I can't be categorical about that. Right. All I can say is what you're watching for are frosts.
The spicy heat of chilies is measured by the Scoville scale, with bell peppers barely registering 1 unit, all the way up to 16 million units for the most pungent of peppers.
Do you want to try some?
Well, that'd be lovely if you could, please.
One way, if you're trying a lot, my suggestion would be that you don't actually eat them because you infect your palate. Just tap it on the tip of your tongue like that and you'll get the buzz. This one is a Fresno type.
Oh, I think I got the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you're eating yours?
Just a little bit. It delivers a boost, doesn't it? There's just a real impact. It's fabulous.
The Thai varieties, they're wonderful plants because they're compact, really show in. All the chilies are on the outside.
At 100,000 units, the Thai variety are a perennial that packs a punch. But chili connoisseur Richard thinks he can take the heat.
He's going in for the kill.
Oh, he is. It's got seeds in as well.
Wow. There's the heat and the taste. It's fantastic. That's the kind of heat I would have associate with a fine Indian meal.
This is a Scotch bonnet. Very, very hot.
Yes.
They do have, some of them have fine flavours if you can get over the heat.
Okay.
And one way I've used that in the past is to incorporate it into an ice cream, like mango ice cream.
Wow.
That's
which calms down the heat. But you've also got the cold of the ice cream.
Yeah, fabulous. I would never have thought of that.
No,
brain works overtime.
Yes. I'm not going to try that one, though.
I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. No.
I think what I've personally learned from the chili experience today is that they go from mild to off the scale. So if there's one thing I have learned is to heed the warning of somebody who's an expert in chili growing.
Over in West Sussex, it's less than a month before John's mum Margaret will be moving back from Portugal. Time is ticking by, and there's a lot of planting still to be done.
I mean, it does put pressure on you to get it done. When there's an actual date when Mags is coming over and it has to be finished. But I quite like having that kind of pressure because otherwise it just doesn't get done. You need deadlines in life, so...
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Oh, yeah.
To add to the stress, it's not just the mother-in-law who will be giving her verdict. In a few weeks, Monty will also be back to pass his final judgment.
I think we're in quite good shape. What do you think? I'm feeling somewhat confident.
It's going to be a challenge, but I think we'll do it, won't we? I mean, we haven't got that many more weeks, so have we? But...
Yeah, it would only be a problem if someone was going away for a week. That could cause a real issue.
Jan regularly flies abroad for work, but this time, leaving the garden in John's hands is not a pleasant prospect.
From history, because I go to Germany every week, he's often forgotten to water my tomatoes or my fledgling little cuttings, and so there's been quite a lot of death in my greenhouse whilst I've been overseas. Surely he can't wreak that much havoc in a week, can he? I really hope not. But we'll see. We'll see how he gets on.
It's been several months since Monty last came to Cadeby, and with his next visit on the horizon, Helen and Richard are working hard to make sure he'll be impressed with their first crop of veg.
We've taken Monty's advice on most things, to be honest, on what to do with the compost bins. He told us to make sure we keep the greenhouse door open every day, which we hadn't been doing. We've been closing it, so that was a really good tip. Oh, I think we're completely teachers' pets when it comes to Monty. We've followed everything that he said because he knows what he's talking about, so I think we need a little halo above our heads. Still trying to work out what to plant where. I'm always thinking, oh, what if I get this wrong? And what if Monty says, why have you done that? I'm constantly thinking things like that. So I'm thinking I'm going to put pumpkins in here and then plant the sweet corn in the middle. I'm quite an indecisive person anyway, so then I spend hours going, should I put that there? Or maybe that could go there. I'm not really sure. So it's just these courgettes I don't know what to do with. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, hang on. Could we not do them in tubs?
Yeah, I'd like to, yeah.
It's not just Helen who's preoccupied with her plants. Since his inspirational trip, Richard has become slightly obsessed with chilies.
So me and the chilies, we're becoming good friends. I think it's important to talk to you chilies. We talk about my day at work. We talk about music. We were listening to the football the other day.
Rich has got really passionate about chilies this year. It's something that I've let him take on, and I'll deal with the tomatoes and the spinach and the courgettes, and he can look after the chilies.
This one, I have great things will come of this because it's called a super chili. So how can it not be great? It's not great, it's going to be super. I mean, this one's a yellow perfection. Absolutely no idea other than it's going to be yellow and it has some heat. So the Dorset Naga, I think this could be my favourite chili because this is the one that's going to give me heat beyond heat.
Whenever Richard takes on a project, he takes it on 100% and really does everything by the book.
I've got to make sure the temperature's right in the greenhouse. I've got to make sure the drainage is correct.
That's his project, and I think it's going to be really successful, actually.
If it doesn't work, I'll be absolutely gutted. It's not the money, it's the fact that I've bragged about this to my wife, so I would be absolutely devastated. I don't even want to think about that, to be honest.
In West Sussex, summer has arrived, and so too has Monty for his final visit.
So I am a little bit nervous because what Monty will say, I mean, we really like it. I hope your mum will like it. So ultimately, it'd be great to get a seal of approval from Monty.
Well, the palm tree hasn't died, so that's got to be a positive.
It's hard for me to visualise what Jan and John's finished garden is going to look like. But it doesn't matter what I think. It's not been made for them. This garden has been made for John's mother. And it's her judgment that we're all waiting for.
Last year, this garden was a building site, clogged with clay and rubble. Now this patch of Petworth has been transported to Portugal.
That's fantastic. That's great. It's nice, isn't it? I like it.
I'm really happy. I'm
Good.
even happier that you like it.
To combat their clay subsoil, Jan and John have raised the garden up. The walls and terrace, built by John's own hands, hold back tons of gravel that not only give a Mediterranean look, but also extra drainage. Jan has used plants in vibrant oranges and lush purples that can stand up to the British climate and give a tropical feel. And what better plant than a palm tree to signal that this is a Portuguese paradise?
I like the spots of intense colour. I like that very much. The sort of purple of the Verbena bonariensis with the orange and the yellow of the California poppies.
Too much gravel?
The very, very simple answer is yes. The more truthful answer is, are there too few plants? Yes, probably. The only thing that you didn't address is the noise. Do you remember we talked about a barrier of some kind?
I've got a passion flower that's just starting on that wall. They're quite voracious, aren't they? So I'm hoping that will cover that.
That...
It's not...
You see, I think if we're talking about sound, you need something much more aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what we're talking about is as dense a barrier as possible, as tall as possible. It all looks nice, and I like the way that you want to sit here. So, budget 5,000, what have you spent?
I think about 8,700.
But are you happy with the money you spent?
Well, to me, it's absolutely no question.
Now, what about watering?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been giving everything a good old drink.
We know there's heavy clay under there.
We do.
So there is a slight danger of water logging.
Yes.
On the other hand, new plants need a start in life. I would water no more than once a week, and then once they look happy and you see new growth, leave them. Now, the really important person is your mother. Is she here?
She is imminent, apparently.
The question now is what the real Portuguese expert, John's mother, will think of her new garden.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
Happy with it?
Well done. Well done. Oh, it's great.
Pleasure.
Very, very touching to think that they've done all this work for me. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous now. And I love it.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you. And cheers to you too.
Oh, thank you. I like the little yellow. They're good. I've never seen those.
The Californian poppies.
Oh, aren't they gorgeous?
That's sort of slightly orangey.
Yeah.
Phew. Maggie likes it. And that's really important. But what's good when we were sitting around the table was there was a very nice atmosphere. It was a good place to sit and have a glass of wine and chat and look up through the plants. And I think this is a garden that will get nicer and nicer as the years go by.
Oh, we've got 2 seals of approval from Mags and from Monty. So I don't think you can ask for more than that, really.
I think the space itself is now great and usable. It's just, yeah, it needs a bit of screening because the road is tough. But now we've got the impetus, the motivation, the momentum, keeping up.
Back in Cadeby, after months of hard work, now it's the turn of Richard and Helen to show Monty the fruits of their labour.
I think I'm slightly nervous. You know, I mean, this is Monty Don coming back to our garden, and this is it.
I'm a bit apprehensive about what he's going to think. You know, it's only natural, I think, really. I hope he doesn't spot any weeds.
I love Richard and Helen's energy and enthusiasm, and from the outset, they've set about making a home and a garden with real zeal, but they didn't have the same confidence about the plants as they did about the structure. So I'm hoping now that they've gained in confidence, the garden has grown and developed, and their vision, which was always clear, is now made real.
Last year, Helen and Richard bought this overgrown garden, a neglected space that hadn't been tamed for 20 years. Now their big dream has transformed this small space into a small holding.
Oh, well, nice to see you. Nice
Welcome
to see
back.
you.
Good to see you again,
And
sir.
you, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Your vegetables are looking magnificent.
Thank you.
Thanks.
They really take me by surprise, actually. They've grown, well, some of them are even bursting out of the nets, unfortunately, but it's all good.
Where once trees and weeds ran wild, the garden is now an organised and functional place. The greenhouse is placed centrally to get maximum sunshine and make a focal point for the garden. Helen has planted raised beds of vegetables that can be cultivated throughout the year. And any small holding wouldn't be complete without its very own chicken run.
When you bought this house, clearly you had a dream. Has that been realised?
It's been full on, you know, it's been tricky to get to this stage so quickly.
turning what was just the most desolate and
overgrown.
Yes, overgrown and unloved piece of land to something now that is.
It's the good life, isn't it?
It is. Ultimately, it's the good life.
I know it's the creation of jams and chutneys and sauces that really interest you, isn't it?
Definitely. Got loads of courgette plants on the go. The beans will be going into piccalilli. I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in the kitchen now.
And how's the greenhouse gone?
Well, the greenhouse has become a focal point of the garden. And what is also interesting is, since I had delivery of my chilies, I've started opening the door, ventilating the greenhouse, and it's paid off. That's a good piece of advice, because I genuinely would have just locked it down, try and keep the heat in.
I see that this hedge that we planted is doing fine, isn't it? It's doing okay.
It's definitely grown and thickened out in places, yeah.
Don't be tempted to cut it yet. However floppy it is, don't prune it till the winter.
Right.
Because, you know, summer pruning restricts growth.
Right.
Winter pruning encourages growth.
Okay, that's good.
OK, well, that's going well, and a nice place to sit.
Yes, it's there.
Lovely, beautiful compost heaps.
Yes,
we
well,
like that. And I see you've got your hens. How long have you had these for?
These are the new arrivals. They only arrived this morning.
Oh, really? Really new? Oh, they're getting used to the place.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, yeah.
Your potatoes are looking positively lustrous and voluptuous in there, aren't they? What variety are they?
Can't remember which varieties they are. I think because everything's been so hectic, at points the kind of actual focus has gone off the planting. I do still feel like I'm learning a lot.
The evidence is you're really good at growing vegetables.
Oh, well done, thank you.
So whatever you're doing right.
There's a great relief there on my part.
All that's left for Richard and Helen to do is share their garden with family and friends.
Oh, your hard work, Richard.
I know, thank you.
Beautiful.
Honestly.
Thank you so much. You like it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fabulous. We just can't believe, you know, how it is from how it was. I mean, it was just a wilderness.
The garden was just short of a jungle, but I think it's now panned out into something rather special.
There we go. Woo! Cheers! Cheers, everybody! Cheers! Cheers. And to my wife. Cheers. Well done, darling.
But it's a garden that they will be able to enjoy and a garden that will produce what they've always wanted to do, grow their own fruit and veg, because they are fantastic at making jams and chutneys and pickles. Brilliant.
Hello, sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all.
This is some chilli sauce that I've made. I'll see what you think.
Can I have it?
I think that is delicious.
Thank you very much.
No, just put Monty Don.
Yes, please.
Today's been an amazing day.
Yeah, it has,
It's been,
yeah.
You know, it's a bit surreal, really. You know,
Yeah,
having
it
Monty
is.
Don back in your garden and all our family and friends. Yeah, brilliant day, perfect.
What we've got is a real garden, a living garden. And that garden is producing good food, which then in turn Richard and Helen are making into the jams and the chutneys and the sauces which so motivate them. But the garden is doing something else too, something which perhaps we undervalue, but which gardens do so well. It's making them happy.